Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about Unit 2 of the Project Execution and Administration Unit. Now, what is project execution and how it is conducted, and what are the preliminary needs of the project execution? Those things we will discuss in this particular unit. Now, let us discuss about what is project execution. Actually, it's a process by which the goals and promises of the project or the programs are carried out. Means whatever the goals are there or whatever the objectives which we define in the scope, these are carried out. Means achieving a milestone or completion of the milestone is objective of this particular project execution. Once the project goals are decided, it's the responsibility of the project manager to achieve all these goals. So here completion of the project needs some coordination and controlled effort by various professionals. And how it is executed and what are the methodologies are used in the project execution, we will discuss in the next slide. Now let us discuss about essential of project administration. Here you have a diagram at the right side, that is a project integration management diagram, and in this you can see there is a scope of a project and how it is delivered and what are the different milestones. About that we will discuss. So when we think about or a company thinks about executing a project, sometime it may be regular or sometime it may be first time, it is very important for a chief executive to issue the project charter. So the company executive has to define, maybe a project manager has to define what he is going to, what are the goals, what are the objectives, and he has to define the stakeholders, and all these things he is defining, he can define using project charter. So here you can see this is the diagram what is given in your textbook. But the question comes is exactly what is project charter. For that I have picked one diagram from Google of a project charter. Project charter will look like this. Just a minute, I will just increase the size of the screen. Yes, this is a project charter. So this particular charter will not be available in your textbook. If you want, you can just pause the video. Want this charter, you can pause the video and you can write down the things, this particular table. So project charter, this is an example of the project charter, will usually have the project name, what is the project you are going to achieve, then scope of the projects. Here you can see in this particular project charter, it is given that it aims to construct a new water pump station that can supply 20,000 liters work water per day. So that is a scope, what it can achieve, or what is the real thing what it want to achieve. Then it will have a project manager, and you can see there is a sponsor, his name you have to mention, then a project approval date, last revision date. These are the things what you have to mention in the charter. The names are also given, who is a manager, sponsor and all. Project descriptions are given. Then you can see the time frame, in how many months it is going to conclude. So that is one of the important factor we have discussed about that. And what will be the budget it is required, and the stakeholder. Stakeholder is quite interesting here. stakeholder is a person who is benefited or who will be sponsoring this project. Here you can see we have three stakeholders here, and David Warner, then Ken Williamson, Peter Bird. These are all, say David Warner is a sponsor belonging to Delta International, then contractor is also a stakeholder, then local authorities are also stakeholders. So risks are not defined here, but if necessary risks also can be defined, or separately it can be maintained. Then screening committee who will approve this project. Okay, so just go through this diagram, later we will discuss about these things. Okay, now here project sponsor and the project manager has to sign along with the date. Now here what project charter includes? See, in your textbook only is given this much. So same thing what we have seen in the example of the project charter, we can see here. Project charter must define the scope, correct? Must define the scope. Scope is there in this one, right? Scope is there, yes or no? Here I will just show you the scope of the project. Project scope, here you can see just project scope. Here you can see the project scope. Then we need project goals. What are the goals to be achieved? Then authority, delegated project manager, project reviewing authority, then request coordinations to all concerned in execution of the projects. So here I will just look into this diagram. Yeah, here you can see project manager, who are the authorities and all. It is given here how this project will go on. That is what we call it as a, you can call it as a project goals, how it is going to achieve. That is a project goal, it is given in the description. And these are the persons who are involved: project managers, sponsors, date, and here you can see steering committee. It will include CEO, supply chain manager, chief executive finance officer. These are all the persons who will be monitoring the things. Stakeholder, budget, all these things, everything has to be mentioned in the charter. And the elaborated effort in this particular direction is also known as a project. It will be included in the project manual. So about that in future we will discuss what is a project manual. There are two types of systems for project management. Okay, before going for this, I want to discuss once again in briefly about the project scope. Yeah, this is project scope. So when we discuss about project scope, this is a scope, and this project scope has to be explained to the stakeholders carefully by the project manager. So project manager has to convince these people. So he has to explain the project to the sponsors, then he has to explain the project to the contractors, then he has to explain the project to the legal authorities, local authorities. Like that he has to explain it. What is the scope of the project? And project manager will define some scopes. So these are the things. But these people, the stakeholders' need may be different. Now what happens, sometime based on the needs of the stakeholder, the project scope size also may increase. But it's a responsibility of the manager to achieve this and make sure that the budget is not extended to the larger limit, or it doesn't extend also. So this is what we call the project. This is what is project stake or scope or project. This is what is project scope, and this is important to convince the stakeholders of a project. So to get the approval of the project, because the authority, here one term is given, authority delegated project to the project manager, means the project manager should be authorized to do the project by signing that project charter. So you have seen that how it will be there at the bottom. Sponsors and the project manager signature will be there, where the authority will be given to the project manager to conduct this project. Okay, there are two types of system for management of the project, that is project work system and project control systems. About those we will be discussing in the future topics. Now, project work system, you can see here, it can be divided into three following tools. These are the tools what we are going to discuss in this particular chapter. That is work breakdown structure, project execution plan, and project procedural manual. About those things in detail we are going to discuss one by one. There you will come to know what is the project work breakdown structure. With some examples also I will provide for this. Even project execution plan, how it is conducted, that also we will be discussing. And one thing is we have to discuss here, that is project planning is different from conventional manufacturing activities. So the project management does require project teams. What is the project team and how it is performing or how it is working, we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.